and I am back with another 31 days of cut file fun, and today I have something a little different in mind for my cut file. So I've got these two pictures of some snakes that we found along the road on one of our out and about driving adventures. So I created a title using these alpha stickers from Simple Stories Color Vibe in wood grain. Then I have my star that is the cut file for today. Honestly, I was lost at what to do with this star, and then it hit me. I've got an idea. So anyways, I've got these really cool wood leaves that are actually from the dollar store, $1.25 now, by the way. I have a white piece of cardstock from Close to My Heart. It is my favorite cardstock, by the way. I keep saying, by the way, I'm sorry. And then, as soon as I pick that up, I have a 49 and Market sheet. This is from the Hike More collection, right there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this side or if I'm going to use the green side. I haven't made up my mind just yet on that one. And then from 49 and Market as well, I have all of these little bits and pieces that were from the Punch Out paper that came with the Hike Anywhere or Hike More collection. So I just punched them all out. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing yet or what I'm going to be using, but it's nice to have all these things just here, handy dandy, all that stuff. I've got, this frame with stuff inside it. And then from the Hike More die cut pack, I have these three elements right here. Don't know what I'm going to be using. And then, of course, border strips that are just plain wood grain. Again, have no clue what I'm going to be doing. But I do know that I want to change the color of these leaves. So what I have Don't Citron Me and Frog Me Not in green. Both of those are green. One is a colorings and the other one is vibes. So I'm going to spray one first, which I thought was the lighter one, Don't Citron Me. And then the second one is a little bit darker, but it also has a shimmer to it. It's a vibes, the Frog Me Not. So I'm going to spray those so they can have a second chance to soak in to this. I believe it is a really thick chipboard, to be honest. They're a little on the flimsy side. They're not wood pieces. They're not thin. But after I spray my green, I decided I wanted a little bit of gold on these. And this is Glorious Day. And it is a beautiful gold. I'm going to use that later as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try to, move around my really cool leaf pieces and get the ink to move around. And then I'm going to set them off to dry, and I'm going to come back later because all of that color is actually going to soak in, and all the glitter or the shimmer or whatever it is going to stay up on top. So let me work on the background here for a sec. I cleared off all the pieces because this is going to get messy and I didn't want to bring a box. So this first one here is called Don't Be Swayed, and I'm just going to briefly splatter or spray my star. And then the next one is going to be Hot Fudge. Now the Don't Be Swayed is a colorings and the Hot Fudge is a vibes. Then I'm going to take Don't Citron Me and spray it as well. And now I'm going to do splattering. So this is going to be a very busy mixed media background, and I'm just going to keep layering until I like what I see. I'm going to bring in that Hot Fudge and splatter that as well. Spray a little bit more. Now I'm going to spray with Glorious Day. And trust me, that was not the yellow I was expecting. I really wanted a gold shine rather than all of this yellow, which is okay because now I'm going to go ahead and wait for that to dry just a little bit because I did spray a lot on it. So I'm going to move on to my leaves and make them a little bit more green. Now that the color has soaked in and the glimmer and the shimmer is on top, I can actually paint these wooden these chipboard elements the way that I want them to without having to worry about the extra color going in. Now, they're not going to be as vibrant green as I'm looking at right now, but they do end up being this beautiful fern green once I am done with a little bit of shine to them, which makes them look like they're moist. That's really cool. All right, so bringing out my blender brush, I'm going to blend in. My favorite is brown, is ground espresso. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that really quick. Now I quadrupled my speed on this one, you guys, because very boring, but I wanted to show it to you guys. I wanted to show how all of those lines on that star made it kind of look like pathways through a forest, or pathways through, you know, I don't know, any kind of outdoorsy-ish area, right? And then after I had splattered, I feel like I lost it. I feel like I lost all my paths and whatnot. So I brought out this marble stamp from Kaisercraft. I went ahead and stamped it also in ground espresso. And now I'm happy with it because I can kind of see my pathways. I can kind of see the highs and the lows of the mountains. I just love how this turned out. All right, but I'm only going to be using it for an 8.5 by 11. So I have to re-ink my 2 edges that I just cut to make it look like it was an official piece of paper. I love making my own backgrounds, you guys. I love making my own pattern papers. It's just something fun, and no 2 papers are ever the same. Yes, I can recreate this, absolutely. But I have to tell you that they're always tweaked just a hair, you know, just a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to be working on is my photo mats. I trimmed my photos down to 4x3. And I want my photo mat to be ripped, but I wasn't sure exactly how wide. So I'm going to start off pretty wide just so I have an allowance to rip this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and try to rip off. Again, this is still in super speed because of the fact that I wanted to leave my process in, but I didn't want it to be a million miles long or a million hours long for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and rip off 2 of the sides, or 3 of the sides, I should say. That way I can bring in my photo and try to rip and please myself with how I want, you know, is it too big? Is it too little? You know, I always worry about ripping because I worry about ripping too small and then you can't even see it. Ripping too big, then I don't have enough space on my background paper. I mean, I need to find that sweet spot, that pleasing spot. Pleasing to the eye spot is what I mean. So anyways, once I have found that spot, I'm going to take this frame that came in, like I said, it's like the punch out portion of the pieces of paper that you order from 49 Market. So I went ahead and used the frame as a building block for all of my embellishments. Then I'm going to tuck that star in. Now that star, I also, because it was again a little too yellow, I went ahead and I took my blender brush with ground espresso and lightly browned it. I'm okay with the fact that it just is there and not fully like darker. It blends in with the back of the background, but I'm okay with that. So again, these are just a couple snakes that we came across driving out into the mountains or hills that we have. Not a big deal, nothing going on. But yeah, I just wanted to take pictures because my husband doesn't like them. And so this is more of a page for him. He does not like snakes at all. He's like, let's just stay in the truck. Take a picture from there. Okay. So anyways, I do have the little title, which is kind of a silly joke between us. It says meeting new friends along the way. Because yeah, he would definitely never have made friends with these kinds of critters. And then I didn't like the discover word because of the fact that my title was going to go down there as well. So if I would have used it, if I would have been thinking ahead of time, I would have been discovering new friends along the way, or discover new friends along the way. I definitely would have included it into my title, but I really like meeting new friends along the way, and I didn't really want to change that up. So went ahead and put all of those letters down. Now my word friends definitely does not stick out. In fact, it blends in a little bit too much on the page. So when you see the stills of my photos, or when you see the still photos of my layout, you'll see that I added some white gel pen on the letters just so they stick out a little bit more because I didn't like that. I didn't think about it when I was showing you guys the close-ups here in the video. I did add, as the last thing, is my white splatter from Dina Wakley. I absolutely am adoring that splatter, by the way. It's becoming my new favorite. It's weird how everything changes down the road. Like this was my favorite, now this is my new favorite, and all that good stuff. So anyways, there is where I added the gel pen on top of the word new friends. I like the way that looks a lot better, but it is a really cool way to help a letter stand out instead of trying to figure out what to do now when you've already got them all stuck down. All right, you guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I really, truly do. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out everyone else that is on the playlist, that is in the hashtag on other social medias. Oh my gosh, our library is growing. I'm so happy. And also to the Facebook group. It is just fantabulous. I love every minute of it. Okay. And this is also the last day. So if you are in the Facebook group, on Mondays, every Monday, I do a drawing for those that did purchase the kit and for those that did not purchase the kit. But just for playing along with us and using up cut files, there is a drawing that you can enter into. So if you pop your photos into the albums, now there are specific albums for each week. So you have to pop your photo in. This is actually week 4. So I have a random week 4 album and a regular week 4 album for those that purchase the kit. That's how I differentiate the 2 different drawings. All right, you guys, I hope that makes any sense. Be sure, if you guys are interested in the drawing, make sure you pop those photos into that Facebook group, and I will check y'all later. Bye.